Starting now. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome, Welcome, everyone, to Lewis Schaffer Uncooked. Busy day, Monday day. Two things today. I'm not used to doing anything, but I'm getting more and more used to doing things, so it's not too much of a problem. Thank you for coming. How do I look? I don't look that good. Let me just fix myself. Welcome, Kermit is here. Kermit is here. You know what it is. Thank you for listening. There was some talking. And that's. I sent a message. It's not. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What did they say? Did they insult me? Thank you, Claire, for saying I look beautiful. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Joe is here. Got obsessed with the resident. Couldn't stop. Have made myself be sociable. Yes, this is more important than any TV show. Hello, girl from Mars. Beautiful girl from Mars. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you smell me? Can you smell me? Anyway, thank you. Streaky Bacon is here. Oh my God. I love you guys. I mean, I don't really love you, but I mean, this is good. It's good. I've got something to do. The producer is here. He's joined me. Chinese Elva regards who with disdain, Lewis. Can see and you can't hear. Who did he, I forgot what he said. I didn't listen to what he said about you guys and about me. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know. They were talking about what buttons to press and what lights should be on so they could hear themselves on the monitor feed. Yeah, it's complicated. It's a proper radio station. There's all big desks of numbers and things. I've been there. It's not like the way we do it. We make the thing. So Kermit is here. Streaky Bacon is here. Mr. Steve Cuff is here. Beautiful Claire is here. MC Scott, otherwise known as Elite Elixir, is here. And there, who else is here? Joe, beautiful Joe is here. And so we're building up to a proper. Jedster is here, and Alan Williams. What did Paul say? I'm a bit mad at Paul. I'm not mad at him, but I mean, my son says I should be nice to people because I've got so few friends in this country, but you know that about me. And today has been a day, I'm 1 week away. Well, today's Monday, 1 week plus a day away from my big show on the, at Comedy Unleashed. And I am unprepared. I've got a list of things that I'm going to possibly talk about if I can find them. If I can find what it is, basically. I'm uber impressed that you pronounce Elite Elixir perfectly. People often don't. Elite Elixir. How should you pronounce it? Telixir? Ellie Telixir? How should you pronounce it? Paul Yoward is here. Hey, you're not chopped liver. I mean, chopped liver is good, but people, it's used as a euphemism for something that is not that special. Okay? Not that special. Claire wants to know to Joe if she's going to come and see Lewis's show. I hope she does. Maybe we can get Carrie B can come and see it. I hope she's feeling all right. But thank you very much for saying that I did. Daz is here. Hello, Daz. Daz is back. Good to see you, Daz. It's better to have a few solid friends. Claire, this is Claire without an I. She's here too. Oh God, this is all good. It's all so good. So she says it's better to have a few solid friends rather than tons of holes in your life. Yeah, but what happens if you have a few mushy friends? I mean, I don't have that many friends. I mean, feeling really. What happened is the filming. The filming destroyed me. It made me exhausted. And then I have to go in tomorrow to Shepperton to go for another fitting. I know they want another costume for me to wear. I guess they want me in another scene, which is brilliant. But it's also I don't know what I'm going to do. The ladies love Lewis Schaffer, says Claire. Yeah, they do. I don't know if they do. But you can tell me that you love me, and I will accept it as a fact. I will accept it as a fact. In this household, we got the rumblings of the Prince Andrew scandal. He probably had a lot of friends, Prince Andrew. He probably thought that Jeffrey Epstein was his friend. No, no, no. Claire without an eye will be my friend. Yeah, there you go. Well, that's okay. You are my friend, Streaky Bacon. How you suffer for your art, Lewis. Yes, I don't suffer for it. I suffer because I'm exhausted. I suffer. Unleashed at Bethnal Green. You'll know Seinfeld started as an idea for a documentary to see a comic preparation for a show. Well, you're seeing it here. I don't know what you're seeing here. I mean, I've got enough jokes that I could do 10 minutes, but they're old jokes. You know, I mean, who knows? Who knows? I could do a bit about how jokes, there's certain jokes you cannot do anymore. I could do that. I sold some props to Pinewood Studios today. For what? What kind of props could you sell to, what kind of props? Lewis, which luxurious resort was the photo in your thumbnail taken at? Or have your lawyers advised you not to discuss it? That's at Blenheim Palace. I was doing a gig there. We got there early and walked around. It was beautiful. It was really beautiful. It was beautiful. Props to Pinewood for that. That's the joke, Kermit. Props to Pinewood. Props to Pinewood. That's a joke. What does that word props mean? I mean, I know what props mean, but what is the word props? Props. Where does that come from? From proprietary? Anyway, thanks for reminding me to put on the live chat. Let's see who else said hello. Anybody else said hello that I haven't really recognized? What happened is because I did 2 days in a row, and first day I barely slept. The second day, I didn't sleep at all. How he suffers for his sanity, how he tried to set them free. They would not listen, they would not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. What a sad song. What a sad song.
You shouldn't sing.
They,
You'll start crying like usual.
I know, I do cry for these songs. I'm feeling... Why do I cry from songs? The producer is pointing out that I cry from the songs. That's such a sad song. That's by Don McLean. Don McLean. Vincent, yeah. Did you watch Doug Stanhope, Cancel Culture, after your show last night? I laughed so much, it actually hurt. Yeah, I've met him. I've had a drink with him. He's a good guy.
You don't like other comedians doing well.
No, I don't. Can you tell that? Can you tell it in my voice? I mean, why do people tell me about like successful other comedians who are fun?
Feel bad.
Of course, it makes me feel bad. I mean, I don't understand. If there's Carrie B, I just mentioned you before. I said I hope you come up to the show on Tuesday, a week Tuesday. I hope you can do that. I cry when you sing, says Streaky Bacon. He says to me, "Yeah, I'm not a good singer, but I cry because I just remember those songs. The songs that I remember." They were all when I was young. They were 35 years ago and 45 when I was a kid. And my life is like fading away. A lot of us cry. Thank you, Mr. Cuff. A lot of you guys cry. I cry whenever I first time ever I saw your face. That's a sad song too. That was a classic. When did that come out? It was like I was a teenager. AI says props means proper respect. Okay. That's actually sounds like it could be true, Daz. And let's give a big round of applause for Daz for coming up. I ask a question. I could stop and I could Google it myself. But then I lose track of the feed and then the whole show goes in the toilet. Not the show. This is not a show. Eugenie's shagging weekend sounds interesting. Sadly, I was never invited to these events. Who?
That's from the Epstein file.
That's from the Epstein file.
He was talking about Eugenie's shagging weekend.
like talking
Yeah,
to.
like to Epstein saying like, "Oh, Eugenie's away on her shagging weekend. We'll advise on like holiday plans when I see her."
Oh,
It was something like that.
is she making it up? Do you think? Did she
No.
really have a shagging
They were
weekend?
very close.
They were close. They said, "I'm go."
Fergie knew about Epstein's secret child.
Epstein has a secret child.
From that's the inference from the messages.
Oh, interesting. I have to pay more. There are 3 million pages. I'm inundated already. Lewis, I'm so sorry, but I can't make it. Carrie B says, okay, we'll have to hook up. We'll have to meet up. I don't know about hooking up, but meet up. Thank you. It should be a great night, Claire says. I got a meeting early the next morning. Okay, well, you know what I mean. I know what you mean. I'd stay up all night. Non-stick Nick, props to Daz. Yes, props to Daz, Non-stick Nick. Thank you, and props to you for saying props to Daz. Yes, props to Daz. Let me see if this looks better over here. Is that better like that? Maybe like this. No. Maybe like that. Let's see if that. Maybe like that. Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. Anyway, what is it? What is a terrible abbreviation? Props in theater just means like a prop. I know what that means. I mean, I'm in the film industry. I'm an internationally famous, recognized film celebrity from TV as well. TV, work with John Cleese. Literally, a prop can be a crutch. Oh, yeah, could be a prop. Well, it's two props. A prop airplane, too. Oh, would that be like a propeller airplane? I did think that mean going to Magaluf, that you going to Magaluf, or that means mean going to Magaluf or Ibiza, but it may be more than that. A prop going to Magaluf. I don't know. Peter Mandelson might end up needing the death penalty. Yeah, he's a traitor. Wasn't he saying he was basically trading information? He was giving information. Is that right? Is Peter Mandelson a traitor? I think he could be a traitor. Props in TV means properties. Okay. And props and thank you, Kermit. More information. We are learning. This is not just let's listen to some failed middle. I call myself middle-aged. Some failed older comedian. I'm like borderline. Maybe I am old, but I'm not. I'm 68. That's when you tell someone you're 68. That's old. I'm sorry. I know you got some. 68 for a guy is like old. Is like old. Where people call Daz put out. Were you put out when the detergent came out? Daz, like you're dazzling. I guess that's what that means, Daz. It means dazzling. I say a little prayer for you. Yes, Claire says we're saying a little prayer for you. Da-da-da, that's how it must be, and I will love you forever. We'll start and on. Peter Mandelson is a horrid person. I don't know him. He came into my friend's shop, and you know what? He's just looking around or whatever. I mean, I'm not the best personal salesman. A general election tomorrow, please. Well, ain't going to be one. That's not the way this country runs. It doesn't run that way. And it's not like America where you have local elections, city elections, state elections, federal elections. You've got Congress, House of Representatives, Senate. It's all divided up. President. If 68 looks like you, Lewis, then 68 is hot. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Claire. I don't really believe it, but thank you very much. Acro props, if you know. If you know, you know. What's an acro prop? What's an acro prop? Vatanai is here. Hello, Vatanai. Hello. I was watching stuff about the Clintons and the Epstein files. Bill was quite depraved, apparently. Yeah, probably he was. Of course he was depraved. Of course he was depraved. Bill was quite depraved. Hillary was concerned about being found out and hired agents to silence anyone who might grass. Yes, I mean, yeah, because her success was tied to him. Am I right? She became senator because of him. This is not just because of him. I mean, the joke was No, she wasn't one of those women. She made the man, she made the man. But I'm going to have to watch all of that stuff. Who knows how much of that stuff is true? How do you have 3.5 million pieces of paper? That's hundreds and hundreds of books worth. Do you think the American government can delay elections like Starmer and Labor? No, they cannot delay elections. Or maybe they might. They might. No, they can't because they have no control over state elections. The federal government cannot control a state election. Let's say the federal government in America, in Washington, goes in and says Minnesota cannot have an election. Well, they can't do that. It would go to the Supreme Court. So that's what I say to you, Maria. That's a good question. Also, good questions are so important. They're so important. And if you want to answer any of these questions, you can answer them. Daz takes me back. My granddad was teaching me bicycle maintenance. To get our hands clean from the oil, we used Daz. Took the skin off. My granddad had tough skin from his engineering job. Yeah. Maltese Phil says this. That's really interesting. Well, because this country was filled with workers. I have kidney disease, PKD, because of PCOS. I would say this. I have kidney disease myself. I'm going in on the 12th to get my kidneys tested again, and I'm a stage 3B chronic kidney disease. Chronic kidney disease. So I'm feeling for you. I should say a prayer for you. The most important thing we can do is not eat sugar. I think that's the most important thing. But good luck to you, Carrie B. Let us pray for Carrie B. Dear Lord, please protect our Carrie B. When my grandmother died in the 1990s, she had a lot of kitchen equipment from the 1950s that she kept in an immaculate condition, including the washer she kept under a plastic cover it came in. Yeah, people took care of their stuffs back there. Acro is a jacking scaffolding column. Acro. Okay, I never knew what. Okay, maybe you could. Should I put up a picture and see what it looks like? We sold a lot of it to film and TV property departments. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to get rid of it, kind of. Lewis, are they metal pole things, Claire asks, or non-stick Nick, that hold a house up if there's a building work going on? Is that what an acro is? Kitchenella is very collectible. I bet it is. Yeah, I bet it is. If it's They said the Epstein evidence stacked is the equivalent to 2 Eiffel Towers. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, I got stuff here. Look at this. I got nothing here. I got stuff in storage in my thing there. And I mean, we got to get rid of our stuff. That maybe it pays to get rid of your stuff beforehand. This wouldn't have happened. I have utmost respect for mechanics, Paul Yoward, but they are not correctly called engineers. Engineers design. That is a good point. Where did that come from? Lewis, not a good thing, but thank you. Is not a good thing. I know it. Listen, I think about kidney disease every single day. Every single day I'm type 3B, which is not horrific. It's not horrific, but it's on the way. It's on the way. But I had that from when I was in my 40s. I had chronic kidney disease. They didn't tell me that though. And they wouldn't even know what to have told me at the same time. Rusty Brown comes in and says, what are your thoughts on people like Ariana Grande, Kelly, and Sharon Osbourne looking dangerously underweight due to them taking Ozempic? I think Ozempic is going to be proved to be really dangerous. And you're going to have to take it for life. And there's not enough money in the world for this. And what happens when people run out of it? I think it's dangerous. Don't you agree with me, Rusty Brown? Reform UK have taken Labour to court, and in 2 weeks we will find out. What will we find? Yeah, whether they should be able to cancel elections. That should be a violation of the Constitution of the British state. Oh, there is no Constitution. Then you're effed. But you've been saying, oh, we don't need a constitution. You need a constitution. But you need a constitution. Okay, let us pray for labor. Not for labor. Let us pray for reform, Maria. Let us pray for reform. That they win the case, but everybody should take them to court. Every person who were living in that district who cannot vote should have a say in it. There's also dirt on the Bush family and their connection to white powder trading in South America. I'm going to tell you what I think. I think a lot of this could be like made up, the fictional world of Jeffrey Epstein. He's typing out emails. How can we get Donald Trump? Somebody died. How can we get George W. Bush? Drugs, whatever. I don't necessarily believe it. Possibly, maybe it's possible. On Celeb Big Brother the other year, I hardly recognized Sharon Osbourne. The problem is that when you go on Ozempic, it stops you from eating, which stops you from eating protein, which means that your body leaches protein from your cartilage and your hair and the rest of your body and makes you look disgusting and unfit. So I'm against that. I'm seriously considered joining the gym, Maltese Phil. I had to change the gas bottle over and I could barely move the full one. Yes, well, we need to be fit. Me too. I look at myself. I got a mirror right here. Can you see I'm pointing at the mirror? You probably can't see it. Pointing at the mirror. And I just don't look as good as I'd like to look. I want to look sexy. We have a constitution. It is in the House of Parliament. You do not have a constitution the way it's written in America. Nobody, Americans, I got a copy of the Constitution here. We got it. It's right here. We can look at it. Lewis, you are clearly smarter than Mandelson. What would you have done if you'd been offered £75,000 by Epstein? I would have taken the money. It's not that I'm smarter. It's that I am morally bankrupt. And you probably know that by listening to me. I'm very loose. You want to offer me money, I will take it. The NHS is a joke. A British man named Noel Phillips had a scar on the side of his head. The NHS kept saying it's normal and sent him home with creams. He went to USA. The doctor said it was skin cancer. It can happen in America too. It can happen in America too. The mainstream doctors are SH in all parts of the world. You tell me you're a doctor, I have no respect for you. Depends on what kind of engineer. An engineer, says Kermit, can be the kind of person who keeps factories working, not just the guys who design the machines. Yeah, you could be an engineer and you keep things working. Yeah, just because you don't design it, I guess. If you don't like spending money, don't join the gym until next month. You'll get an extra few days for the monthly payment. I don't even think you should join the gym. I just think you should just get a 5-kilogram dumbbell and then and then walk around. I think Ariana Grande comes across like she's on antipsychotic drugs. Well, most women are in America. I thought she was so funny. When she was singing those songs, those on the TikTok songs, very odd smile and blank eyes. I think is that Ariana Grande? I think since the Manchester bombing, she's never been the same. It's so sad. Yeah, it could make you crazy. Claire Epstein. This is Claire without an I. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Claire. Epstein was probably just the useful dead idiot for all the other shite they know has been regular since 1965. It's, I don't believe anybody, anything. That's the problem. Who do you believe, Claire? Tell me one person you believe. You should believe Lewis Schaffer. British Constitution is the vellum scrolls of all of our laws. The Magna Carta is a summary of common law as it developed. Vellum is not a constitution. It needs to be Article 1, Article 2, Amendment 1, Amendment 2. It needs to be in a small form like that. Reflex speed and speed over strength. Reflex speed and speed over strength. Yeah, could do that. Just don't overdo it like my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful friend Russ. He's so beautiful, but he just exercises I think he exercises too much. He doesn't even let me talk about it. He just like laughs. I'm not listening to you, he says to me. The word Schaffer appears in loads of times in the Epstein files. I mean, yeah, if he had called me up and said, I want to be your friend, who wouldn't be the guy's friend? I would be his friend. Wouldn't you be his friend? Of course you would be his friend. Darklins is here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Darklins. Thank you, Darklins, for being here. But strength comes in handy for moving gas canisters, says Scott. Yes. U.S. Constitution is not a summary of the rights under the interpretation of common law. It's a hybrid approach with Napoleonic law. It is the law. It's the main laws of the country. It's not a summary of the laws. There's nothing left out of it. It's not every single law, but it says that the federal government can do this and the state government can do this. And the president can be this president for 4 years and the whatever. Get a kettlebell and do circuit swings. Ron Smith is here. Hello, Ron. You made me smile thinking of Ron Smith. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I've got a whatchamacallit. I should get my exercise thing, which I should. I did it for a while, and I was quite strong. And I'd like to be stronger. I want the girls to like me, to want to touch my naked body. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect mind. I want you to love me. I'm forgetting the lyrics of this song. I've heard that there are starving African nations who are raising money for Ariana Grande. They think she looks a bit thin. Kermit, that's a joke. Very funny. Good joke. Ron Smith says, Mark Stein did a good article on Epstein. Okay, maybe, where was it on his website? Mark Stein. I'm going to make a note of that. Because I like Mark Stein. I like Mark Stein. I like him. The best doctor, Claire, without an eye, who helped me, was a Chinese herbalist, sorted my problem out in minutes that the NHS had failed me for 13 months. Well, you can call anybody you want to a doctor. I'm a doctor. Look at my look at the degrees that I have on my Twitter page. I'm a doctor. I want to be called Dr. Lewis. Paul Yoward says, that is what I'm saying. The strict definition of engineer designers. People collectively call fitters and mechanics engineers. But they are not engineers or a train driver. Well, you know what? Being an engineer means having a degree, possibly. And the fact is, universities have been so discredited. I mean, what does it mean to call yourself an engineer? Computer engineer. What does that mean, Lewis? Check out Jennifer Coolidge's joke on Ozempic. Very funny woman. Okay. Jennifer Coolidge. I'm not going to have any jokes for the show, but I'm going to be funny. It's going to be funny. Claire says I'm already perfect. Jennifer Coolidge. I plan on getting a kettlebell, actually. Yeah. It has recently been investigated. The area I live in, says Claire without an eye, is the worst for child trafficking in the whole of southeast of England. What does that mean? You can't get your kid trafficked? It's hard to find someone to traffic your kid? What does it mean? It's the worst for child trafficking. You mean the best? It's the best place to have your kid. I'm making a joke here. We call the Vellum Scrolls our Constitution. Well, it is not the Constitution the way I'm using it. I'm an American, and I own the American language. English is now owned by America. Okay? There are thousands of other laws in the U.S. than a small... It isn't, but the small pamphlet controls all those laws. All the laws are controlled by that small pamphlet. Everybody agreed to. And if people don't agree to it, they can change it. They can make an amendment to the Constitution. Okay? That's what they can do. Not in this country, Paul. Don't go defending the system here. It worked for a long time when the people were nice. But somewhere about 30 years ago under Tony Blair, the people stopped being nice. They stopped being nice. So you would have been better to have a constitution. Indian nations are raising money for Ariana Grande. Yeah, because she's so skinny. She's absolutely so skinny. I'm skipping ahead because I've fallen behind. Because you guys don't write so much. Don't write so much. Rusty Brown. I think it's wrong, says Rusty Brown, how even just visiting Epstein Island makes you a PDF file. Does this mean that all the engineers that built and maintained the place are guilty? Some of them are. They put in this heavy-duty security system in bathrooms and shit. Maybe. I saw an interview with a guy. Yeah. Stephen Bloody Hawking was there. Well, he was Lewis Schaffer, zero respect for that guy. Zero absolute respect for Stephen Hawking. You know, what a joke. He's as stupid as Einstein. Okay. There was also a Boris one in the files, but they didn't give him a surname. Says MJ Tigerfang is here. Hello, MJ. Good to see you. Yeah, there's a million people in there. If someone had asked me, Lewis, you want a weekend trip to this rich guy's house, Jeffrey Epstein, I would have gone because I am a loser. Mr. Cuff says, Girl from Mars, there's so much help available for people who want to lose weight, but hardly anything for people who want to gain weight. I could help you gain weight too. I know how to gain weight. I'm an expert in that. But who's the expert in losing weight? Do they call Lewis Schaffer up? No, they don't. But I'm an expert. I've been thin and beautiful for 8 years. They said, oh, it can't be done. It can't be done. Lewis, have you seen the alternative video about Amelia, where there is less immigration and the bloke gets married and is happy? I haven't seen that, but that's what could happen. That is what could happen. The country lost control of itself. Once upon a time, the people lived in fear of each other and they were well behaved. Now the rich people just took over and said, we're not listening to you anymore. We don't respect you. We don't respect the poor people. And this is the country that they got. Don't they have some kind of shakes to help you gain weight? McCuff says Darklands. No, if you want to gain weight, the best way to gain weight, okay, the best way to gain weight is, well, what kind of weight do you want to gain? You want to gain muscles, or do you want to just get fat? Carbs make you fat. Sugar makes you fat. They don't have, okay, just Hawking or all disabled. No, a lot of disabled are a bunch of fucking losers. But he was especially a loser. Especially a loser. He just, supposedly he had, but he didn't. He just stopped moving his arms. He just stopped moving. And he says, I'm going to sit here and not move. And because he sat there and did not move, he could not move. We need to move. If you move your arms, you're going to be able to move your arms, Shrieky Bacon. And Jedster, yes. Not all disabled. A lot of disabled are effing fucking losers. They are losers. But some disabled people a lot of disabled people don't even know they're disabled. They don't know. I'm disabled. I'm 68 years old. That is disabled. But yeah, I can't convince anybody I'm disabled. In the Einstein files, well, I mean, yeah, there are plenty of weight gaining powers, like mass gainers. Powders, never eat powders. Never eat dried, ground up anything. Even ground up protein. It's a cancer. It's bad for you. Also, Lewis, there is a good video on David Starkey's channel talking about David Betts. Who is David Betts? Who is David Betts? I never heard of this guy. I'm going to write it down. Who is David Betts? Starkey channel. I mean, look at what they did to him. Look what they did to him. Guinness helped me gain weight, but it's not the choice for most people. Yes, I tried to read that. It was so effing stupid. ICU is here. Hello, ICU. Oh my God, look at this, ICU. I want to know why AI hasn't figured out what PDF file means. Seems a bit slow on the uptake. Yeah, well, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to destroy the word PDF so we can't send me a PDF and they can't use that abbreviation? I met a Hurry Henry in Cambridge who nearly killed Stephen Hawking in the 1980s. He was late for a lecture sped into a car park looking for a place, and Pebble dashed Hawkins. BS. Had to slam on the brakes. You know what? I'm not reading Paul Yowers. I'm not going to read your next two posts because you don't communicate properly. You're super smart. You know the punctuations. You're really well educated. Super well educated. When I did weight training, mixed 2 Weetabix, raw eggs, and bananas every morning. It works. Yeah, because you're mixing. I mean, works at what? Works at getting fat? Yeah, bananas makes you fat. Weetabix makes you fat. Raw eggs. I had four or five. Today I had 4 raw eggs, large raw eggs. But I didn't have any Weetabix. But I went and I got some. I should write down. I didn't write down what I ate. I woke up this morning fat. Have I been blocked? No, you haven't been. No, you haven't been. You haven't been blocked, Fatanai. Aldi, do 6 packs of Guinness, 0%. That's a good amount. That sounds horrible to do that. Why would you bother? They gave my mother a bottle of Guinness in the hospital after she had me, apparently because it was full of iron. Yeah, it was a lie. Darklands, it was a lie. It was a lie. Basically, it was probably cheaper than giving sleeping pills or painkillers. That's considered punching down, Lewis. You might get an email from Rosie Jones. Some disabled people are worthless losers. Let me rephrase that. Some people who call themselves disabled are worthless losers. It's the same thing like with, just because you call yourself disabled, that doesn't mean I think of you as disabled. And there are people out there without arms, without legs, without part of their brain, whatever they've got, and they still do all right. I've had 3 strokes. 3 bits of stroke damage. When did I have those things? I don't know. I hope I haven't had them. They didn't say I had them recently. I could have had them 20 years ago. I've had whatever it is. It's punching down. It's not punching down. I've got some powdered water once, but I didn't see how it could read. I'm not reading you. I'm not reading what Paul says because Paul doesn't use punctuation. You need to punctuate your comments for Lewis to read them. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Thank you, Mr. Cuff. Yeah, you do. Avocado Man is here. Everybody is here today. Good to see you, Avocado Man. I'm on the live thing. I'm on live. So I'm on live chat, so I don't know what I missed. What did I miss? If I missed your thing, I apologize. What are your thoughts on women, not all, who claim men are scared of commitment, but in reality, they are just ignoring all the men in their league and giving sex to men who are way out of the league? Yes, well, this is what they say. I mean, of course men are scared of commitment. Women are dangerous, scary, horrible, horrible people. And they're going to take your money. They're going to look over your shoulder. They're not going to love you. Or even worse, they are going to love you. Women are dangerous. And men are not protected by law. We're not protected by courts. Okay? So there you go. They're looking for something better. That doesn't mean you don't want to be with them and touch them and marry them and live with them. But yeah, I mean, it's not a good time. You can't blame women. Women wanted to make more money than men. Women make more money than men, and then they don't need the men around because they want a man with more money. Having to mute your rant on disabled people. My son can hear your shit. I didn't say all disabled people. And I'm sorry about your son. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. What makes somebody disabled? You know what I mean? Am I against all disabled people? It's like saying I'm against cancer, people who've got cancer, or people who are old, or people who are women or something. It's all bullshit. Anyway, so there you go. Sorry about that, Carrie B. Lewis, we are lovely, kind, and totally not dangerous. Laugh out loud. I know you, Joe, are lovely. I know you can be kind. But I know you are dangerous. Possibly dangerous. I've been with women who've turned into danger. And men too can do that too. Mostly men just walk away. But women stay there and destroy the man. And I've been destroyed. I've been destroyed by women. I've been Me Too'd once. I've been divorced. Couldn't see my kids. They couldn't stay with me. I mean, you can't talk about this. A man should always own things in his own name. Yes, that's true. We should follow the Islamic way of being, I think we need to. We need to. I'm disabled and I'm a worthless loser. I stand with Lewis. Yes, some disabled people are worthless losers, but some disabled people don't even know they're disabled, and hence are not worthless. Well, they get on with it, but thank you very much for saying that. The fact that you say that makes you not a worthless loser. I've been called many things, but never dangerous. You know what? You haven't listened very well. I'm speaking to you, to your face, Starklands. You are dangerous. You are dangerous. You're dangerous to men. You're dangerous to women. I mean, a lot of times you're not. A lot of times you're loving, caring, wonderful people, women. But a lot of times you are. You can't say, oh no, we're all kind. We're all kind. You didn't miss 2 of my messages. They did not appear. They were about Oh, that's so funny. They were about, oh, look who they were about. They were about Epi and Windsor and man. That's really interesting. That is really interesting. Should I get upset about it? My natural feeling is to get upset. I don't like that we're not allowed to read things. There you go. Claire is disabled too. I'm even less of a loser. Everybody is a loser. Everybody is disabled. I remember going in to see my doctor at the garden surgery. I went with my doctor. I went into my doctor. Shouldn't. Anyway. And she looked at me. She says, you're really depressed. Here's a prescription for citalopram. I would be on a really hard drug to get off of if I had taken the pills that she had prescribed to me. I'm disabled, but I don't take it. I didn't take it personally. Many people abuse the system and should be shamed. Oh, what did you get? Yeah. Probably half of the people on this chat are considered disabled. Considered disabled. Does that make you disabled? If they're handing out money, you take the money. My doctor in New York said to me, "Oh, you're depressed. I'll put you on a list and you'll get money." And I just said, "No, I don't want the money. I don't want the money. I'm a worthless disabled loser." No, you're not. You might be a disabled loser, but you're definitely not worthless, Chartel. You're definitely not worthless. I don't even know. You had the wrong woman, Lewis. I'll show you what a real woman is like. Yeah, maybe. That's how women, horrible women, get you to marry them. They say, "Oh, I'm different. I am not all women, Lewis. Not me." Claire would say, "Oh, I'm different." No one is ever worthless because you can be used as an example. No one is ever worthless because they can be used as an example. There you go. That's true. That's true. What's the worthlessness of these people is not the disability, but how they take such pride in it. Like those deaf people, they've got their own little culture, their deaf culture. Jeff Norcutt's dad had one arm and didn't regard himself as disabled. Exactly right. That's the point I'm making. I like Jeff Norcutt. He doesn't have 2 arms. I've got 1 eye. Does that mean I can't see? I got 1 leg. Does that mean I can't? Well, couldn't really walk really well, but you know what I mean. Really good point, Avocado Man. Taking Viagra has its ups and downs. Mostly ups. Mostly ups. We are all perfect. Exactly what we were meant to be. Girl from Mars. We might be perfect, but we can improve ourselves. Look at Lewis Schaffer. Look at how Girl from Mars, I've improved myself. It was very important. Believe that. We can be more. That implies there's a God. An article in the Daily Skeptic, Saran Smith, about drugs and procedures on trans kids. Hold on a second. Everybody, stop writing so quickly. Stop writing. Take a pause. Pause from writing so I don't fall that far behind. And then you can write. Article on the Daily Skeptic about drugs and procedures on trans kids in a landmark court case. How horrible is that to what they're doing to children? What they're doing to children. That is evil. What happened here? What's happened here? Everybody, what's happened to the image here? Video captured device. What's happened here? What's going on? I'm on gridlock. It's happening. I'm frozen. Why am I frozen? Producer, why am I frozen here? Look at this, producer. My screen is frozen. I'm not moving. I'm frozen.
Just restart the
Oh, no. Hold on.
the camera.
Hold on.
They can hear you.
1, 2, 3. Okay. There you go. Can you see me there? I did it. I unfroze it. I'm being disabled. Maybe they're coming after me. There are people who are disabled who you could feel pity for and you could feel sadness for and you could offer them your seat on the bus. There are people like that. But then there are a lot of losers who I don't feel any pity for. And there are loads of people who, it's like there was a point about 10 years ago when I was like sick and people would give me their seat on the tube. They don't give me their seat on the tube because I look like it would be embarrassing if they were wrong to ask me, do you want my seat? Okay? Lewis, you missed my joke. I missed your joke because of the whole thing, because there was a bit of panic right there. Let me just see what happens over here. Let's see if this works. Okay, that works. Okay. Where let me go see if I can find Carrie B's joke. The drummer of the rock band Def Leppard only had one arm. He is classed as disabled and a loser. No. He just went up and did it more. And let's say he lost both of his arms. You got to find a new job. Yeah. Basically, is he a loser? I'm not saying you lose you know what? You lose your arm and you're a drummer. It's bad luck. It's bad luck. It's bad luck. But you got to find something else to do. There are loads of people who things happen and they've got to have a career change. I'm sorry to those I haven't said hi to today, said Elixir. They don't give up their seat for anyone anymore, Lewis. Society has become all about me. F everyone else. Yeah. Well, not just that. I give up my seat to old people. But nobody wants to be considered old. Especially people who are riding on the subway. They don't want to be considered old. I get offered a seat, Jad. It's okay. Well, that's, you know what? That's try to be as fit as possible so no one offers you a seat. No one offers you a seat. I've missed a lot of the comments here. So let me just get back on track. I'm saying there are loser people who are physically fit. There are loser people who are mentally fit. There are loser disabled people. Okay? Right? That's what it's all about. And a lot of the people who are disabled are losers. And a lot of them aren't losers. A lot of them don't want to be caught dead as being losers. But the state is giving out free money, so it pays people to ask for the money. Good video on Jolly Heretic, where he walks around Birmingham to see what happened to UB40 and where all the blacks have gone. Dresses like a Muslim too. Funny. Why would that be funny? I don't really understand. Not in my world. Anyone near me gets treated with respect, Claire. Yes, they should get treated with respect. But, it's like me. Does a 30-year-old guy give a 30-year-old woman their seat? I wouldn't. If I get a blue badge, I can park right outside Mark's, Burger King, and Cafe. Treatment. Too many people have special treatment, and that's what the problem with disabled people are. Oh my God, we're having a go at disabled people. I'm having a go at some disabled people, not all disabled people. And you, Joodles, are a perfect example of this. Just because someone calls themselves disabled because I have trouble reading or I have ADHD or whatever they have doesn't make them disabled, does it? Just like a man who calls himself a woman doesn't make him a woman. Lewis is on one again. I can see Joodles. I can't see. No, I am on one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It feels good to say it. Am I frozen again? I'm frozen again. My screen is frozen again. Resolution type, highest FPS. It's Why is it skipping? Why is it skipping? I don't know why is it skipping. That's where emotional intelligence kicks in. Yeah, you have to look at somebody. You need intelligence. You see an old person, you look at them and you think, do they want to be given a seat? And I'm basic. Lewis is in a toilet. Is it a toilet moment? Frozen. I'm frozen here. Disabled come face. I can hear him, but YouTube is doing the usual errors again. I mean, maybe there's too many people. Maybe it's set up too strongly. I don't know. He should not have been snippy with me. My reach is long. My vengeance is swift. Period. He should not have been snippy with me. Period. Capital M. My reach is long. My vengeance is swift. Is there a decline in the... Oh, yes. There's also a decline in the audio quality. How does that sound? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Vatanai? Okay. You don't have to shake your head. There are losers. Just because somebody says they're disabled, that doesn't mean that they are rightly disabled. And just because... And people who I might think are quote-unquote disabled. Let's say they're in a wheelchair. But let's say they're in a wheelchair and they're rich. Why should the state give them money and give them a car if they're rich? And when I say rich, let's say they got £1 million or something, or multiple of that. Whenever you freeze, I like to think you are talking. You are talking to use telepathically. To use telepathically. Okay. Oh, this show has turned into a horrible. Has it been horrible? It's not been horrible. It hasn't been horrible. I'm sorry, it's been horrible. But you're right. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm wrong. You've got 3 sentences to tell me why I'm wrong. That some people who say they're disabled are liars. Number 1. And number 2, just because they say they're disabled doesn't mean I have to think they're disabled. And why people who actually could be considered disabled based on the laws of this country should not get any money from this country because they got enough money to buy their own car or to buy their own wheelchair or to buy their own, whatever it is. Tell me why. Tell me why. What's that song? Okay. But you sound like a mouse talking either side of a long hall. It's okay now. It's fixed. I don't know what. Something happened. Something happened here. My thing is going weird. The sound is going off. Maybe that's why I have to scream. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.